Hello everybody, I'm Duncan Shaw and I was the chair of the National Conference on Societal Resilience. We had 170 people in the room and this short video describes just a few of their perspectives of what they learned, what they take away, and it was a fantastic event. Lots of learning, lots of networking going on. Do consider joining us in February 2026. I hope to see you there.
I like to learn what other organisations are doing of implementing national societal resilience, understanding what went well, what hasn't, key lessons learned and good information sharing, and definitely on that sharing best practice.
I've really enjoyed meeting so many people from so many different organisations and sectors who I don't normally come across in my work.
It's such a privilege for AMBS to be associated with such an impactful event and consortium. It's great to hear about the impact that it's having on pulling those different people together to have that collective conversation about how we can collectively support ambitions around about societal resilience.
I think the most important thing for me is taking everybody's experiences from across the whole of the NCSR and taking the very best of the best, which has allowed us to create projects, initiatives and different approaches to the way that we've worked, which hopefully will benefit our communities. It's a marathon very much, not rather than a sprint. So I think it's been really important. It's really seeing what everybody does everywhere else and how well that comes together to make a finished product.
There seems to be a lot of red tape, so just having conversations with our colleagues, different LRFs, of how do we find a solution that's going to work for all of us and it's not reinventing the wheel. My experience with the conference, I think it's fantastic. You're getting a whole range of people around the table having the conversations. A lot of us are in the same boat. We want to work more efficiently, we want to iron out those issues that we're all having, and everyone's just really in it together, really, I think, and that is something that I really appreciate about the conference. It is literally physically bringing us all together where we can have that platform to talk about some of the issues, look at some case studies, some examples, lessons learned, and maybe taking those away, applying them to our different LRFs, and keeping conversations going, building relationships, building networks and partnerships across the country.
The work that we've done with the National Consortium for Societal Resilience has been really influential in how we've strengthened relationships with LRFs.
I think it's the genuine warmth that people here have shown that's really impressed me.
I would just like to say that these events are so good for networking and taking away and learning from other local resilience forums, but other sectors and the voluntary sector especially, and having the range of grassroots to national voluntary organisations is great to hear different challenges and the different examples of like great case studies as well, and it's something that we can always take back individually to our own areas. So it's just an invaluable networking opportunity, and there's been some great benefits from that. Since being in the consortium, we have taken a lot of the lessons learned from other LRFs back into our own LRF.
What I have done differently as a result of being in part of the consortium is trying to think outside my normal boundaries. Yes, I'm in my case at a university in academia, but trying to see things through other people's eyes, whether they're a charity in their local community, whether they're a business, whether they're from central government or local authority or elsewhere in the public sector, trying to see the way they see issues so that we can find some common ground.
People here could take a challenge of picking a particular section of industry, section of society, and creating a narrative to approach them.
I think the most important thing is that the challenges that face resilience across the whole of the UK are very much have to be a local approach. Every community is different, the risks they face, the resources they have, their level of engagement are the real challenges that we need to understand.
I think a lot of the issues that have been discussed today include the opportunity and potential for better engagement between local resilience forums and the business sector. And I think there's been some great examples, especially from New Zealand and South Africa, about current engagement. And I think, well, definitely getting in touch with them to build on their work already and not reinvent the wheel. And also some great case studies from London about the survey that they've currently done with businesses. So I'll be tapping into that, again, not reinventing the wheel, saving some energy, and then hopefully contributing to that network going forward.
Another theme that's really came out in this is that conversations are still very much revolving around risk. And whilst that's fundamental, what we're also seeing when we talk about that 80-20 split and how to prioritise support to the 20%, we need to start thinking about impact and who is most impacted. And whilst conversations revolve around risk, there's only so far that that's going to change.
There's a lot that the consortium does that kind of really interests the Resilient Academy's work. We're very focused on convening kind of partnerships, which is very similar, and I think there's a real connection and sort of deeper understanding of some of the issues, and I think how we can support NCSR in that process and also learn from that. Be really keen to kind of explore that.
Resilience to me beforehand was just in the realm of my work. Now I see it more broadly. I see the gaps that there are and the opportunities there are.
I just really want to endorse the work of the NCSR and what it's done. We've seen what we've achieved in the last 3 years, think what we can do in the next 3 years.
So yes, lots of really good learning from the event, which I've captured in my notebook and I need to write up. So hopefully that gives you the answer. But yeah, a really good event, and I'm taking a lot away from it. So thank you.
What I've learned most over the last couple of days, talking to all the people here, is the tremendous amount of energy and enthusiasm to try to get this better than it currently is.
It's been another great couple of days, the third time we've run this conference, and it doesn't feel anything other than new, vibrant, exciting. A whole group of people in the room wanting to do good. They care, that passion comes over in spades, and we've had some wonderful conversations, hearing about the community groups that are doing marvellous things and supporting each other. Voluntary sector organisations, local resilience forums, national government, all bringing together their excellence, their expertise, and trying to pool all of that knowledge. And it's just been, again, it's been a really fantastic event. It's set me up for the next year. It's helping me to think about what it is that we should be doing differently, what should we be doing the same, and why should we be doing these things? Because ultimately we're doing it because these people care. How can we support them to provide that care to others?